And that's when he learned he should never get distracted with spreadsheets right when he's going to go live. That was exciting. Oh, by the way, I have a lot of whiskey. Welcome. My name is Brian. Or welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. I've totally forgotten how to do everything today. Yes, I was dealing with a spreadsheet just now. It was very annoying. Not really. Something about doling out all the whiskey we have doesn't feel like a bad thing. So nothing. I'm going to blank out for a second because I didn't even grab glasses. That's how distracted I was. Trying to get all this situated. Plus, I took a nap. That makes me groggy. So let's see if... Hold on. There's no way I can do this. But I'll be right back. There, so I can never left. I didn't grab. Yeah, glab? I didn't grab glassware because I am being very out of it today. Look who is here. How do I look who is here? Here we go. Mike Franklin, hello. Brian Dickelson, hello. Welcome, all of you, to another Friday. You made it. I made it. You made it. I think we should have some whiskey. This is another day where it just happens every time, I think, where I wonder what I'm going to do for a stream. Because it's more, I don't really know what to do. And then also there are options, and so many options. Normally I just like doing a drink stream because I'm like, yeah, it's easy. We come in, we have drinks, done, no problem. But this time, I'm also starting to realize what big whiskey people, tubers, find suddenly they have issues and they have to open bottles during the live stream. I'm so popular now. That's a joke. But I am. 500 subscribers, no joke. Climbing on to 1,000. Now, if you've been here a while, if you come to these streams, semi-regular even, you may have an idea of what things look like behind me generally. Right now, stuff's a big mess behind me on this side, so ignore it. But in this general area, things typically look the same-ish. I may move the toys around and little doodads and knickknacks. John McKellen, hello. Greetings. There's much to discuss other than the usual Heaven's Door stuff. I'm going to do a waffle. I guess I should put that up first. Because I thought, well, the best way for me to do this is, one, I got to try all of these at once, I feel. I could do videos of each ones, but why? I have 3. I want to try them all right now. And that's what we're doing. But also, I want to share it. Now, they're not big. They looked a little bigger in the box they came in. But they're smaller. What is this? 200 milliliters? What is it? What are you doing? So this is maybe 5 drinks total or less. A little date on the bottom. Doesn't tell me. Tell me your things. I'm going to say 200 milliliters. That feels right to me. I don't know much about milliliters, though, so there's also that. It says Heaven's Door on the back, on the side. Wow, my brain just... I am still partially asleep, I think. And as I said on my Patreon, to the Patreon members, by the way, I have a Patreon. I took a nap and I'm not functioning, as always. But here we go. First, cap these. Don't think about them for the moment. You know why people are here. Heaven's Door is a thing. I'm going to show off all the fronts. I haven't even looked at these much because they were in the box until minutes ago, but they're neat. As I understand it, these are actual sculptures that I'm assuming Bob Dylan made. It'd be weird if it didn't. And yeah, this is related to a musician, Bob Dylan product kind of thing, which I find kind of weird, but also interesting. I don't do celebrity stuff very often, but it seems like I'm falling into that category a little bit. I have the Heaven's Door stuff. I have a blackened bottle that I got recently. I've had Long Branch, long time. The Wild Turkey bottle with the all right guy, whose name I can't remember because it's a name. And I'm terrible with names, as many of you will be, I think, probably. So, updates and why and things. First of all, there's a guy on my Patreon who's an amazing person, Zenbood. Shout out to Zenbood right now because I'm going to show you some of the stuff he gave me recently, which surprised the hell out of me. First, he's not a huge fan of bourbons, apparently. So I got to take a few under my wing. They're, half empty, but I'm okay with that. It means there's half left. Hello. What is your name, Matthew? But hello. Because I could try to say your first name, or the name that you have. Esaias Vazuela. Maybe? I'm bad with names. Did I mention that? But hello to you as well. So hold on. Everything's behind me. If you were to wear. So I was given this yesterday. Another Blanton's. Because I had one. Apparently they just start to multiply somehow. This is an N. It's got an N. As you can see, it is half empty. Still a good amount there, though, clearly. It's got the horse on top. And this is barrel number 692 on Rick 1, which was the thing that caught my attention when I looked at this. And I did, of course, find out that all of these Blanton's things are from Warehouse H. That's part of their thing. Because so-and-so said that's the best. Supposedly. So that's fun. Another Blanton's. I can compare them now, which is going to be great. See if there is a huge difference. What really surprised me was this one, I think. Here we go. Barrel proof. Hello, I'm spinning. Elijah Craig, barrel proof. But, please focus so people can see the glory. See the glory. Glory. Hold on. I'm gonna force it. Right there. Bourbon, hello. Welcome. It's right there. Why can't you just... There we go. C920. C920. I think that's the one that won. That's not the right word. But it was top marks for my barrel proof comparison blind that I did a while ago. It was probably last month or the month before. It's all a bit of a blur to me, really. So I'm looking forward to trying this again. Lovely. Yes. Do I want to say this out loud? I don't, but I will. For the off chance that someone will watch this later, and someone might, I'll say at 9 minutes and 48 minutes. Wow, my brain doesn't want to work at all. 8 minutes, 45 seconds. Bleh. Up there, I will hopefully remember to tell you about the link to that stream, because that only is fair. Because I had to do that too. I thought C920 sounded real familiar as a barrel proof Elijah Craig thing. And I went, well, was it that one? And I believe I checked earlier. My brain is fried right now, for the record. I checked, I think. And C920 was the winner of that. As in, it was the one I liked best. They were all good. But C920, unsurprisingly, was the one that came out on top. Yeah, that was the other thing. I have a couple of things lying around. Like I still need to get an E.H. Taylor somehow. I have a regular Buffalo Trace. I have the AAA. I have a Blanton's. I have two Blanton's now. So fancy. This is getting weird being a whiskey tube guy. Suddenly you're getting all these whiskeys. It's wonderful. That's why so many people start their own channels, I think. Now, the elephant in the room. Where did I put the other one? Hold on. This is the best thing about being me, is occasionally I put something away and then I'll be like, where did I put that? I'm at that point in my life where I have so many whiskey bottles I can misplace them. Feels a little weird. Feels real weird. I'm going to find it. There it is. I did put it aside. I put it too far aside. So here we go. This was also donated to the channel. If I do it like this, some of you who are very observant may notice what is going to be happening next year. Maybe not. If I hold it right here. But anyway, I got a duplicate. Not really a duplicate. He knew I liked this one. He knew I really wanted to get these. So now I have two. Elephant. I'm going to call you an elephant. Oh, I get elephant in the room. No, that's not. I get it. But no. Yeah. So there's something nearby. What's this? Oh, hello. Welcome. That was given to me yesterday that I was not expecting at all ever to receive. Tim Marcelo. Yes, it is. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I was definitely surprised by that. Because I was told I was just getting the bourbons because he didn't really want them. He didn't really like them. They weren't to his tastes, as it were. And I generally like everything, sort of. Caveat there. But this is the real thing that hit me in the head. And I was just dumbfounded. I'm going to use two hands because I don't trust myself. Oof. And also, this thing's kind of heavy. So, I don't know how this... What? Yep. Bathe in the shock, and just, I don't know how this has happened to me. But, there's a catch. There's always a catch. Ugh. And just so you know, there's actually something in here. That'd be funny. It's like, and it's, what would be in here? Oh, God. I get so paranoid just opening this thing. Ugh. Isn't that nice? There's one problem, though. And I don't want to hold this up to the camera, but it says on the bottle, KillCo, open at 1K subs. It says right there. So we have a problem suddenly. It comes with a booklet. I haven't even opened that. I haven't even touched it. Well, I just touched it, obviously. But so once I hit 1K subs, I get to open this. And this was, again, donated by the incredible, legendary Zen. I still don't trust myself even holding this thing. And this was the aged... Oh, hold on. If you don't know what it says there, it's a Glendale 17-year. Aged 17 years. Aged in American oak and aged in rare Japanese Mizunara. So I didn't even know they had this. Like, I was oblivious that this existed until it was in my possession. Okay. So it's interesting that now I'll be able to try the all good time. Yes. Zen Buddha's legend. There's a few of those now. There's Cliff Smith is legend, and now there's Zen Buddha's legend. There's two legends in the KillCo community, in the Whiskey Tube world, whatever you want to call it. So that was yesterday. The 20. There's also 25. Only ever seen that once. I don't remember where I saw it now. Huh. Schwell? At least we know it exists. So that was a big surprise. I'm going to get to the Heaven's Door. Don't worry. That's why you're all here. I'm certain. I'm trying to update things. I know I showed the black and off. Oh, this one as well. I was at Irene Tan's store yesterday, Canterbury Liquors, as was Zen Dude. He picked up a bunch of bottles, but he also got this one for me. And this is an Irene Tan store pick, 3-chord, the Butterscotch Sundae blended bourbon whiskey. I got to sample some of theirs. This is one I liked, which is why it was purchased for me. And it reminded me of butter pecan ice cream. Am I going to do a video of that one? I'm not sure. I probably should. But it's a little weird to do. I don't want to start thinking that way. I'll probably do a video of it, but I am getting backlogged, which is part of the reason I'm doing a Heaven's Door lineup, even though they're going to be nothing alike, clearly. But I'm looking forward to it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. I'll just do this. I need uncharacteristically weird organization in my head. One of these is a bourbon, and I wasn't using the It's Bourbon Night coin on top of it. It's that kind of thing. I promise it's weird. Now, waffle. There's a waffle. I did say I was going to do it. I didn't plan at all for it, which is fine. Why am I doing yet another raffle? Well, as always, there are car repairs, and now there are cleaning lady repairs are going to be a thing soon. Yay. Oh, why am I'm typing a raffle? It's random. Random.org. There we go. List. It's in the wrong thing. Can't show it to you if it's on this browser. I'm a professional. There we go. And as if you just got here, I was desperately trying to get my ass in order with my spreadsheet. I do have a whiskey spreadsheet. It's something I let people look at if they want something specifically. This is going to be a waffle. I have to figure out where I hid the waffle stuff. It's somewhere. I didn't put a link because I should have done that, and I didn't. You can tell how awake and functional I am. Is that the right one? Donations help with food and now it's this one. There we go. Not mystery sample. I have to change it. It'll be one to me. So it's only a 3-pack. It will be a 4-pack. I'll throw something else in there. That'll be the mystery part of it because I don't like sending just 3. I usually send out 4 hand delivery items. Heaven's Door. Heaven's Door sample? Sample? Heaven's Door flight. I need help. My brain just does not want to work. Gaga. Okay, there we go. This is all stuff I should have done earlier. I know. It's fine. There we go. Heaven's Door samples. Samples, not sample. Samples. Giveaway. Gotta put that in there too, because reasons. Legal reasons. Why did I capitalize the G? I'm on top form today. I know. I understand. There we go. Hang on. Okay. There was a moment where I wasn't sure if there was a space in between something. There. $5 at me, at KillCo Whiskey Musings, and then how many you actually got. So far, your odds are real good. And then I can put it into random.org. Then I shuffle it 7 times. I ask my phone for a random number. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bam. Beady bam. Boom. Big bada boom. There's a winner. It's simple-ish. Because I have to type in the name many, many times. That's the only problem. Nick the Greek. Hello. Welcome. Saw you pop in there. Welcome. And because another thing I was supposed to do before everyone showed up, which I didn't. Oh, wow. This thing's all weird. There we go. And, of course, it's Venmo or PayPal. You send me the funds that way. I will do this to make it a little easier so you don't have to type everything out. course, the Patreon's in there always. Bam. Pin message, done. Beauty. And yes, TGIF, folks. You made it. We made it. It's great. Guys, doing something on Sunday. I want to go. I don't want to go. I've been going out too much right now. Scott Moody, hello. Welcome. I was showing off my box, which I can't open until I hit 1,000 subs. Well, I can open the box. I can't open the bottle inside. All right. There were other things I wanted to say other than what I got yesterday, but I think that was it. That was up to date on everything, I think. So let's get into this. Let's get it on. First, I'm going in order of proof. I doubt these are going to be anything alike. I'm saying that at the start. And I'm going to try to focus everything. I don't think it's going to work. First, I'll try to show. Oh, God, the glare. There we go. That's the design. Look at that. Isn't that neat? It's Heaven's Door, and this is the... Again, I don't expect this to focus. My camera does focus. It just doesn't focus all the time. There we go. Tennessee bourbon. Straight bourbon whiskey. 45%. Again, that design's pretty sweet. A little crow in the middle there. It's epic. And that's a mess of stuff, too. I don't even know what half of those are, but I guess it's made of iron? Or like iron doors or gates that he makes? Something like that. Again, I didn't look it up. I just know this is something he did. It's called Heaven's Door. It's pretty sweet. The second one we're having, and again, I'm going right to left for me. So you're left to your right, I think. If I'm doing this right. Another Heaven's Door. This is their straight rye whiskey. So again, the point here is that it's probably not going to look, they're not going to be similar. I'm just curious to see what they're all like. And how about I hide my face? No one wants to see that anyway. It's all right. They're here for the mustache, not the rest of me. Folk, why? Someday I'll figure out exactly how to do this. Today is not that day. Where'd that come from? I don't need that kind of music stuck in my head. Anyway, it says straight rye whiskey. I don't want to hold this up for very long. Different design. Pretty cool. Looks like there's a freaking buzzsaw on there. That's nice. And this one is 46.7%. So as I said, I'm going up in proofage. Are we? You're not late, JJ. You're right on time. You're right on time. And the last one, surprisingly, it's Heaven's Door. But look at that crazy design. There's like some guy on it. Looks like he's hammering something out. That doesn't sound right. Heaven's Door double barrel whiskey. And this one is 50%. So this is the highest proof in the batch. I wish. When you wish upon a whiskey bottle, it never tries to get in focus at all. There's a little blip on the sides, which I just noticed. For the bourbon, oh wait, no, it's not all different. It just says we wanted to create a collection of American whiskeys that, in their own way, tell a story. Well, that's interesting. And these are 200 milliliters. I was right. Thankfully, I already opened. I didn't open these already. These are all being opened right now. So this is technically an uncorking as well, because that's a thing. Little. Ooh, hello. That smelled good. Clang, clang. Sorry. You know what I really need to do? I need to be freaking scientific about this, like Whiskey Mountains is, and get some kind of measuring thing of some sort. Did it, JJ? Don't tease me. Mike Meyer, hello, welcome. Welcome. So JJ's not going to want to try these sample packs. JJ, you're out. It's all right. I'm trying to pour these about the same, which is tricky. As I said, no measuring here, just kind of eyeballing it. Pretty close. I think I was just influenced by JJ saying the rye was good. Or at least he enjoyed it. Came off much easier than I anticipated. Also, there's a special event going on tomorrow, which none of you are going. Well, one of you knows about. It's something. This is something I'm trying to do more often. This is something that'll, in theory, blossom over time. Since I live in the New England area nearby me, that are nearby. That sounds best. That I've enjoyed. Irene Tan's store is one of them. There's also a restaurant I know of that has a really sweet whiskey selection. There are a couple other places. The idea is to get all of you to visit me in general, to visit the area, because New England's a pretty incredible place, believe it or not. Rhode Island's pretty awesome too. So there are going to be meetups and possible meetup destinations in the future. Some of you have already done that. Lucky you. But that might be a Patreon. Wow. Did I mention I'm not all here right now? It's like this is a live action outtakes. That's what we got going on tonight. Today, this afternoon. My brain. This is what happens when I try doing too much stuff. All right, there we go. We got them all lined up again. Bourbon, rye, American whiskey, although I don't. The double barrel whiskey, but it's made in America and it doesn't say bourbon on it. So I'm calling it the American whiskey. Tennessee, technically, all of these. If that means anything to you, which it might. All right. Nose them first. I was really just tempted to start drinking all of them. Oh. And don't forget there's a waffle going on. So you can sample all of these too if you would like. Plus there's one bonus. I don't know what the bonus one is going to be. Part of me feels like it could be another Tennessee whiskey that I have. Maybe it could just be a random one. I'll probably leave it up to the winner. Just give me a category you might like. I can send one extra along. Ow. Clean glass. God damn it. At the very least, all of you know that I have clean glassware, but also that gets really annoying sometimes. Uh-oh. Please no, please no. I might be getting that weird note I don't like in this bourbon. Kind of hard to tell, again, because I have a freaking clean glass smell, which bothers me. And I'm also capping these, so I don't know if it's going to help or make it worse. Whew, hello. That's a rye right there, clearly. God damn it. Clean glass smell. And I washed these in the dishwasher last night, so I shouldn't be getting that much. They've been sitting out for a bit. Okay. I know I'm not saying anything, but it's part of the fun for me. But I'm also getting that goddamn annoying clean glass smell. So I'm going to go back and forth for a hot minute here. What is going on? Show all the colors. They're all pretty much the same color. I mean, that's one thing I've learned. Learned? Can't say I've learned anything. I've noticed, in general, when dealing with bourbons, there's a very similar color unless it starts to get past 10 years-ish. I've noticed. But no, they're all about the same. There's no age statement on any of these, so I can't really tell you anything about that. They're not labeled. Labeled? It's not on the label. So I'm assuming they're less than... What's the given with these? Maybe less than 4 years, less than 5? 8? There's so many random numbers. There's the third one. As you can tell, very similar. Gotta get my nails done if I'm going to be holding things up to the screen like that. Sheesh. Gotta be fancy. All right. I don't want to. If you're new here, or if you're a returning person, I get a weird smell on some bourbons. I feel like I'm getting it on this Heaven's Door bourbon, and I don't want to because it is a weird, almost mildew, decay, wet, woody note. The best descriptor I had or have had and kind of stuck to keep it in my brain is it's a piece of a stick, a piece of a stick like maybe like that thick or something. Well, that thick, whatever. Piece of a branch, we'll say, and it fell off the tree, and it's been on the ground for a while. And it's got leaves all around it. It's rained recently, and it's just starting to like fall apart. If you've ever picked up something like that, where you touched a piece of a stick or a tree or something, and it just kind of collapses in on itself. It smells kind of like that to me. So as you can imagine, not a great smell, not a terrible smell, but not one I like finding on anything. And it's the one I find on bourbons typically. I'm fairly certain it's on here, which I don't like, because it's the reason I don't like it is because it's in the way. It's the one thing that's just right there, and I can't really get around it. I don't know why, and I still haven't nailed down what it is. Hell, it could be no, definitely not. I was going to say it's a Tennessee bourbon thing, and I'm going, most of the other ones you've had are not from Tennessee. Oh, yeah. Like, it's the one I distinctly get it on is Evan Williams Black Label and White Label. The White Label, especially if I water it down or add ice to it, mostly water it down. Like, I put an ice cube in it, it melts, blah, and I taste it and smell it, and it's not fun. Yeah, it's on here. It is a little sweet. That goddamn clean glass nose is getting in the way still. I want to think that if I do this long enough, it'll go away. It's a weird, funky mustiness. It does smell kind of sweet, which is nice. I want to say caramel. Kind of. This is a bourbon. Thankfully, I don't get a banana note. That is something else I get on Jack Daniels, which is a Tennessee whiskey. This, no, I don't get that, thankfully. But I do get that weird funk, at least on the bourbon. It's some kind of citrus. I want to say lemon citrus. It's kind of a toss-up. So right now, that moment is then, I thought lemon citrus and lime citrus at the same time. Like it was lemon citrus and lime citrus. So it could have like a Sprite thing going on. That kind of flavor, well, smell, I guess. Lemon, lime, citrus thing. Is Sprite even still around? I have no idea. I don't drink soda anymore. So yeah. And I'm not great at notes. If you haven't been here for very long, I'm not the best at nosing, and maybe tasting notes are a little better. But oftentimes, I find my brain is more geared towards memories or situations or that kind of thing, which I used to think were ridiculous. By the way, if you go back to some of my older content, I'll be like, well, oh, why the hell would anyone say something like, I'm on the beach at sunset on a Tuesday? That's the extreme example. But I've had that happen. Usually it's something about being in the woods or, being in a farm area, that kind of thing. Cut grass. Like I can imagine myself in the backyard mowing the lawn, which sucks. That kind of thing. Back at home, that is. Back at my parents' house. On to the rye. Wow, that is. So I know it's a rye already. I mean, besides it says right on the bottle. So none of these are a mystery. But I'm going for the differences here. Trying to do a compare. I haven't had a huge amount of ryes. I've had Whistle Pig. This is not like Whistle Pig. I'll give it that. It's kind of nice. That's very hard to describe. Which kind of rye note is this, though? I think it's eucalyptus. It's making me think of that mint mouthwash I use occasionally. Eucalyptus mint, if anyone's wondering. That's the closest approximation I have to eucalyptus. I don't think I've ever actually smelled eucalyptus anything other than mint mouthwash. Oh, I forgot to say this at the start because I'm so kerfluffled. today. That's every day. Let me know what you're drinking. Drinking? What is in your glass is the question at the moment. Because you know what's in mine. It's only fair. This is a very interesting rye. It's not overwhelming. There are some ryes I can get where it's, black licorice and eucalyptus to the extreme. This one's kind of soft. Which always feels like a strange thing to say about a smell, but ooh. I just thought of velvety or smooth is a great word, right? Smooth. I think my stomach's making noise too. So if you hear like grumbling, gurgling weirdness, even though I had lunch, my stomach's like, no, that giant sandwich you had wasn't enough. You can go to hell. That was about 4 hours ago. So, and now I'm on the double barrel. I can hear the crickets. Can you hear the crickets? I think they're crickets. They're not frogs, because if they are, why the hell are they outside my window? This one's got some chocolate notes to it. Man, nailing down just notes is weird. There's some charcoal in here as well, or wood notes. I don't want to say oak, but I want to say charcoal. There's something charcoal-ish. Maybe smoke. Some people say smoke. I don't know what double barrel means. I mean, other than it's probably aged in 2 freaking barrels. I do have info on the box. I have right here. I haven't read it yet. That's going to be what I do at the end. As with my videos. Knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Sorry, I'm back. I thought about doing that at the beginning, but I was too much of a mess as soon as I realized it's showtime. And I was like, wow, here I am looking at my spreadsheet, not really paying attention at the time. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Whoa. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Sorry. Look what you did, Mr. Whiskey Shits. Also, hello. I'm trying to figure out the exact difference. Well, not the exact difference, but general difference between the Tennessee bourbon and the double barrel whiskey. Those. Trying to figure out what's exactly different here. I feel like this is going to be more of a taste thing because the nose of each one, the nose for all of these. There we go. It's kind of tame. And I don't know if it's because this clean glass thing is getting in my way. It's faded a bit. What the heck? There's something strange on the third one. The Heaven's Door double barrel. I don't know if it's that same bourbon note I don't like, but there's something a bit odd about that one. Thankfully, the smell of that bourbon note I don't like seems to be dissipating a bit. On the bourbon. Did I say that? I don't remember. Okay, that's enough of the nosing techniques here. I'm going to uncap all of these because I feel like they might be a little better if I don't keep them closed, considering they've been in clean glassware. But for the nosing part, I want to have them capped a little bit. So no more cappage. And again, the little waffle that's going on is for a sample of each of these, plus 1 extra, because 3 is not enough. You must have 4. So keep that in mind if you're interested in trying these as well. Granted, you're getting it spoiled a little bit with my little analysis here, but you won't know until you try them. Like this. I don't know if I like these at all. Okay. Yeah. Pumping myself up for some reason. On to the bourbon. Oh yeah, that's still there. Ugh. You know, this probably happened before where I smell that weird note. And I don't know if it's a sap thing or a green note. That's something that's been said numerous times on Whiskey Vault stuff. I can kind of equate it to that. And I don't remember if I've said that before. But if you've ever cracked like a branch on a tree that's very young, there's this green stuff going through it. It smells weird. And that could also be what I'm smelling on this. And if I'm remembering correctly, that means it's kind of young, or at least it can be equated to being a younger whiskey. Is that true here? I have no idea. Cheers, y'all, as some would say, but slancha? That's what I used to say, slancha. I'm just going to take a sip of each of these, by the way. I'm not analyzing anything yet. I'm thinking about it too much. Other than a little bit of a thought. It's not overwhelming. It's fairly basic. Onto the rye. I have a feeling the rye is going to throw off everything else, just to be clear. It's very likely going to be quite spicy. So what I'll do. Bugger it. Going with the rye. I'm trying to go in proof order. I know there are 3 different things. Ooh. Okay, that time I was reminded of Whistle Pig. Oh, yeah. Although, it's still a nice rye. Donna Pass Whiskey. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. You're just in time. I just started sipping on these Heaven Door fish keys just now. Huh. Okay. Oh. I will say for me at the moment, these are tame. These are very tame. However, we're now getting to the 100 proof version, which I hope is the one I will like the best, just because of the proof, but we'll see. There's a little bit of weirdness on the smell. It's still kind of there. Oh. There's a good deal more spice and kick on that last one. Oh yeah. I feel like that's the one I like better. It's got more heft to it, more spice. It's sticking around too. It's a spice that is staying at the moment, waiting for it to go away. Again, this is the initial sips. I'm not thinking about it, but this one does have quite the difference. And as always, I should put this at the beginning. One of the things I always worry about with whiskeys of this proof, even though they're not low, I mean, we got a 45% as the lowest. I feel like I lose something when it's below 50%. Like it's lacking somehow. Edward Fulmer, hello, welcome. Ugh. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember if I did something here. I did. It's the problem with doing a little bit of social media stuff an hour or 2 ago. I don't remember if I did it. It's just fun. You're like, oh crap, did I? Did I? I did. Don't worry. I've been thinking about making this an hour long, starting at 7 and going to 8. And then stuff like this happens where I've taken my first few sips just now and it's been 44 minutes. It's like, oh no, that'll be plenty of time. I can get it done in it. No, you can't. I did do one recently last Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, this Wednesday, this past Wednesday. And that went pretty well. But that was also at a real weird time because, well, the Mash and Drum wasn't going live. So I did instead. It was fun. It was different. It was nice. And I was feeling pretty burnt out that day. I guess I should say this again. All of you probably know, but I have mental illness issues. I have not been able to work for a very long time. This is the job. thus the raffle, kind of. And all the money donated to me in this channel is very much appreciated, because that is all I get to make. But I'm not going to complain when I'm getting copious amounts of whiskey for the channel. There are at least 10 bottles down there that require a video. Although I hope all of you did enjoy the video I did this past Wednesday. That was fun for me. I like that. I'll do another soon, because although the editing of it is kind of weird, since I really have to go through all the old footage I have and just pick out what seems funny to me and then edit it properly. It's fun. That's a video I can look at, as weird as this sounds. I can go back to that bloopers reel and watch that video and laugh. I've watched it many times, actually, since I actually put it together. But it makes me bust a gut. I don't know why. It's just because I'm being ridiculous. Is it because I'm just being as weird as I usually am when no one's around? Probably it. But it makes me chuckle for whatever reason. Because I'm definitely a little weird. It's okay, though. Isn't that right, me? That's all right. Okay, cool. Everything's fine. Yeah, the weird note I get is on this bourbon, but only slightly. It's a very simple bourbon. It's a little caramel, not too sweet. Very, very minimal amount of oak to it. And I'm keeping in mind, as many of you would be as well, this is a celebrity whiskey, and I have found in the very little exposure, what little I know about celebrity whiskeys, even with the best of intentions, they're not going to blow your mind, probably. But this one's good so far. I don't know what the price is either. That's something else I should probably look up. I don't know. Is the actual price of these Heaven's Door things? Because I know it's not something I would buy normally. Heaven's Gate? Wow, no, that's not what I was looking for. That's a whole different thing. We won't go there. Okay. It looks like they're around $50 for more. The sample pack that I have here was around $50. So it's not major. And the song stuck in my head. If you're just joining us, the knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. It's really annoyingly stuck in my mind right now. Oh, there we go. There's a picture. A nice website. Oops. 1890? No. Knock, knock, knock. Yeah, we don't want to know. As soon as I clicked that, I was like, nope, that was a mistake. Didn't want to look at that. It's not telling me prices. It looks like there's a few of them. So we got like the basic lineup. They have the straight bourbon, the double barrel, and the straight rye. And then they have a limited release and a bootleg series. So that's interesting, at least to me. There he is himself, Bob Dylan. Good points. Heaven's Door stands out. Well, he did put a whole door thing on it. I'm really just looking for price points, though. And it looks like, in general, it's like 50 plus per bottle, like per actual full-size bottle. Do I think that's an appropriate price thus far? No. No, I could see this being a $35, $40 bottle, and I'd be happy with that so far. But this is just my initial impressions. Also, neck pour, if that means anything to you. If you like ryes, however, I feel like you might enjoy this one. Because I'm enjoying it. I'm not a huge rye person. I do enjoy some rye. It's an interesting experience. And it's a little spicier now that I've held on my tongue for a moment. I kicked it up a bit. A little bit of chaos in me wants to mix together the rye and the bourbon, because the bourbon's pretty tame. It's not. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. The texture's okay. That's really something I need to focus on when I'm talking about this stuff. Oh man, Zenbu's living it up as usual. We showed off your box. I gave it a place over here. And the other things you gave me yesterday. Again, thank you. Thank you. Pizza and Jack Abby's Oktoberfest tonight. That sounds pretty good. Pretty good. Yes. Yes, Jim Morrison. That's probably what it would be. Yeah. Tickle. Although, if you've watched this channel before, and I'm sure many of you have, I assume, I don't really mind Dickel. It doesn't bug me. I don't get any real Flintstones note, but I haven't tried it in a while. So maybe I'll go back to it and find that. But it's not as abrasive and unpleasant as some would say. Oh, yeah. There's something chocolatey about the Heaven's Door double barrel. At least on the nose there. And unsurprisingly, it's the one I'm leaning towards the most simply because it's higher proof. However, we have learned that will not always be the case with me. If you have watched some of the streams I've done, I will occasionally find something that drinks like a lower proof and is a higher proof, but it's not the highest. I found I do have a tipping point with some high proofs where it's just too much and it makes it more difficult to enjoy. So I feel like I'm much happier around the 50-ish area. Although I have found some close to 60 or above that have been amazing as well. C920 that I showed off earlier is one of those. Oh, yeah. Oak and spice, I would say, for this double barrel deal. And a long finish. Not stupidly long, but long enough. I mean, will you get a little piece of paper? But there we go. Is it enjoyable? Yes. Which one would be my favorite out of these? Well, it's not the bourbon. That's not blowing my mind in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what accent that was. Well, let's go into a little more detail. I got the box right here. It has stuff on the back. I haven't read these yet, as far as I remember. It's not saying much, as expected, but here we go. The Tennessee Bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. Straight is 2 to 4 years. I always forget. I get straight and bottle and bond, or is it straight and there's something else? Straight bourbon and I don't know if it's bottle and bond. It might be. Anyway, I get something confused with straight whiskeys. Aged in New American oak barrel for a smooth blend. What a shock. With notes of vanilla and baked bread layered over rich toasted oak. Now, for many of you who are whiskey-ish people, you will realize that was a very minimal description of a bourbon. You could say that about many bourbons, almost any bourbon. But the baked bread layered thing, that was a nice change. Otherwise, they used the word vanilla and oak. Can be said about almost any bourbon. Is that a bad thing? No. Is it something you see a lot when dealing with stuff like this? Yes. Yes, it is. In my experience, let's say. In my experience, if you see... oftentimes you'll go to the webpage, or I'll go to the webpage, look up what they say about their own bourbon, and it's vanilla, sweet, smooth, caramel, oak. It's like the default setting. And I know that. I've said that many times, and it bugs the hell out of me when I can't get more than those notes out of something. Some people will say it's the problem with bourbon. It's a very narrow spectrum. Supposedly. On to the straight rye whiskey here. Oh, it's finished in a weird oak. Finished in Vosges? V-O-S-G-E-S. Vosges. S and G next to each other. Fun. Vosges oak. Vosges oak. Oak. Hand-tossed oak cigar barrel from Vosges, France, gives our straight rye whiskey notes of orange peel, coriander, and spice for a more approachable sip. Coriander. Orange peel, I know. Coriander, well, and spice is kind of vague, but orange? Is this the one I said lemon and lime on? I feel like it is. Because that would be a citrus at least. Now that I've read that, of course, I'm looking for the orange. Not finding it, though. Maybe a little? I'm trying to remember what coriander is, to be perfectly honest. I'm like, well, I don't remember. These aren't really doing much for me, unfortunately. I feel they should, but they don't. Again, neck pour, if that means anything to anyone. Let's go to the double barrel. Double barrel whiskey, complexity of secondary aging. Really? The three whiskeys in this blend, there's three whiskeys in a blend, aged for 6 years, then come together in new American oak barrels for an additional year, so 7 years old. Imparting notes of caramel, oak, and citrus and spice. Right. So, as expected off the box, unfortunately. Doesn't tell much. Oh, he's making gates. That's what they are. These designs on the front of bottles, the gates. I thought they were some kind of door frame. Not door frame, but like a wooden door with that kind of design in iron on it. Heaven's Door is an award-winning collection of American whiskeys co-created with culture icon Bob Dylan. Using uncommon blends and special barrel finishes, Bob Dylan and master blender Ryan Perry created a collection of super premium whiskeys that strike the perfect balance of art and craft. Nice sales pitch. Do I believe that? Not really. You know what I didn't look up? If it's a Tennessee distillery, which one is it? That's one thing I didn't look at all. Because I'm fairly certain he didn't. Well, maybe. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. Where are these distilled is the question of the moment. There is an HD, but I'm sure that means Heaven's Door. And that song's going to be stuck in my head all night. Knock, knock, knocking on Heaven's Door. Yeah, 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 yeah. Knock, knock, knock. Won some awards. Got high points. Supposedly. Whiskey of the Year competition in London Spirits. Now I just want to find out what distillery makes it. Dickel, without a doubt. Well, wouldn't be surprised. Let's just ask the Google machine. Who distills Heaven's Door whiskey? Don't show me Bob Dylan. That doesn't answer the question. Let's see. Yeah, I know where. Tennessee. Okay, that's a good question. Oh my goodness. It's giving me the same shit I'm just seeing everywhere. Huh. Man, the problem with Google is they have a lot of questions. It's like, wait a minute. It's made in Nashville, apparently. And MGP? Tennessee Distillery is Dickel. Okay. So that doesn't surprise me. I don't get a Dickel note on any of these because I don't really have a Dickel note. But what we can do, and an excuse to try more whiskey in the moment, is pour a little Dickel in it. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to pour some in one of these glasses. See, now that we've said Dickel, I'm trying to find it. And though I do like the Heaven's Door double barrel, it's interesting. There is something about I don't like. But hell, now that we're talking about it, and me thinking about Dickel, and me wondering what that Dickel note is that people get specifically, I'm trying to find it. end point to these, since it's been an hour now, I don't think these are worth the price they're going for. They are a celebrity whiskey. Keep that in mind. So that's really one of their selling points. That was the selling point for me in general, knowing that these were a Bob Dylan / sample pack specifically. There was not like one of these bottles I was really looking forward to getting. It was just I wanted to try them. And the design was good. It's got all the little selling points, the interesting design, the celebrity name. It's a Tennessee whiskey, which could either be a selling point or a negative point, depending. But as far as the price that these go for per bottle, I wouldn't buy one myself again. Like, I wouldn't buy a full bottle. I just wouldn't. I might try one of the fancier bottles they have, like a limited edition or something. But again, that would be a try, not buy. I wonder if I should start doing that. Try to buy it. And in this case, I'd say try it. I would not say buy it. And then I could be real negative. Try it, buy it, or jump it. No, I'm not going to do that. No one should dump out whiskey. There's always someone who might like it. It took a long time to make. Breaking bourbon. Breaking bourbon. That's that's somewhere where I end up a lot. I was like, no, I'm not over 21. Wow. Undisclosed distilleries. I have a much better nose and palate on this. Yeah, they kind of gave it the same note I would, or not note, but overall rating. Like they have 3 out of 5 barrels. Spoilers. But it's nothing incredible. That's what really bugs me about it. When I go for a whiskey that is talked about, and there's a certain bit of hesitation, and that's the other word I want to say here. Discrimination is not a good word to use. So every time there is a famous celebrity whiskey, simply because of the name of the celebrity is on it, I am both intrigued and also suspicious. There's the word, suspicious. Because they don't have to make it good. That's my understanding about those type of whiskeys. They do not have to make it amazing. All they have to do is make it good enough for the celebrity, pretty much, I hope. Like, that's my one thing. Is like, does the celebrity actually drink this stuff? Because if they do, cool. If not, what the hell? That's the selling point for me, is it might be something they like. But in this case, the only thing I know about it is that it's got his designs on the front, and he is involved in some way, shape, or form. Tennessee whiskey was a one-off run from Dickel. Might explain the lack of the distinct Dickel note. Well, there's something weird about the third one. I was after everyone said there's probably Dickel in it. I went, well, and I went to this third one, the double barrel. One, I was getting something weird on the nose. And then the taste had something weird as well. Just whack the microphone. Yeah, it's very close to that nose / taste I don't like in bourbons, but it's like there and gone. Is that a Dickel note for me? I don't think so. That is something I've found on many different whiskeys, bourbon specifically. I'm starting to find, over the time that I've done these, there are quite a few specifics, like very specific things that'll get in the way for some whiskeys for me. So there's Scotch, I get a real malt funk. I don't like that very much. And for these bourbons, or bourbons in general, there can be this weird green decay wood note that I found, and I just don't. It's in the way. I don't like it. Oh, Donner Pass Whiskey says, yeah, they're not making it for whiskey nerds. They're making it for impulse shoppers who shoot whiskey and don't bother tasting it. That I can understand. Granted, I'm torn here. I can understand that, yes, but I don't see people getting something like, imagine this is a bigger bottle with that kind of design on it, knowing it's a celebrity whiskey, in my head, it doesn't add up for someone to be, let's go on shots, dude. I'll pour this stuff out. Unless they're, I don't know. That doesn't add up to me. I can understand that's probably where they're going for it. But because of the way they designed the bottle and are marketing it as a celebrity whiskey, I don't think of people shooting it. I think of some people, oh, you know what? Okay, I got it. I don't see this being a Glencairn type of whiskey. However, I can very easily see someone getting a General Rocks glass and either pouring, 2 fingers or something like that in there, maybe 3, and possibly even putting an ice in it, like a ball ice, rock, whatever you want to call it. That is what I see this whiskey for. I can see someone getting this bottle and being like, hey, man, you want to have a drink? I got some whiskey here. Getting the rocks glass, pouring a bit in, putting a big old ice cube in there. That is what I feel this is made for, or at least geared towards that kind of whiskey drinker. And hell, I may pour a little bit of this out later in one of my rocks glasses and try it like that. Maybe it'll improve. Maybe it'll be worse. But that's what I think of in this. I don't see it as being something that would shoot just because of the way it's designed and the celebrity bit that goes with it. I can easily see people doing that. There's some people out there who'll do bottle chugs of Blanton's or Weller or anything that has a price tag on it that's a little crazy. All right, you know what I'm going to do? What I will be doing next, gentlemen and lady, there's a lady, all of you, people. As you know, as some of you may know, I'm a bit mad as a hatter. Oh, I forgot this was a rye. I was like, what the hell's going on? Oh, yeah, it's a rye. So out of the 3, I find the rye is the most interesting. It's approachable. If someone was curious about rye, this would be a good starter. Although I was influenced a little bit earlier on because someone said it didn't last long. Looking at you. But as a rye, it's easy to drink. It's not overpowering. The nose is interesting. It's a mellow rye. I feel like I was talking about mellow corn for a minute there. Mellow rye. God, what would that bottle look like? I'm not sure I want to think about that. All right, here we go. We're going to be adding chaos to the mix now. That's been an hour. I'm going to have a little bit of Dickel. That doesn't sound very good to say, but it's true. But I'm also going to mix these all together. First, I'm going to mix the rye and the bourbon together. There is still a raffle going on. If no one enters, actually, that's what I'll do. No one has entered in the past hour, so we'll cut that. At least no one said they had. Hold on. Someone did something. I didn't say that. But no one added me. Was it just a donation? That happens. Okay. Thank you. But we are cutting off the raffle since no one's donated in the past hour. And that's how I'll do it in the future as well. I might throw these into a raffle again. We'll see. Let me get rid of this. Bloop, and do this. Bloop. There we go. I don't know how. Nicholas M. Thank you for the donation. They didn't want to be included in the drawing, by the way. And though I'm both sad that no one wanted to do the raffle, I'm also okay with it because that means I don't have to actually do anything to hand deliver it. We'll try again. You know what? Maybe I'll try again on Sunday. Although it'll be weird, giving this out since it's a whole mishmash of stuff. Hell, the fact that it's now a Heaven's Door that might be made from Dickel, that could be a negative. We'll see. Mixing these together. Again, this is the bourbon and the rye. One bourbon, one scotch, one rye. Doesn't sound as good, does it? Well, okay. Let's stick with the Heaven's Door song. We made a weird blend just now. Did I improve it? Did I make it worse? Did it crash? Let's find out. It didn't make it worse on the nose anyway. The rye took over, clearly, because the bourbon was kind of meh. It was an interesting bourbon, but it was your basic bourbon. Spoilers. Ah, you flattened it out. All the spice from the rye is gone. Boo. You know what we have to do now, of course. Oh, that's disappointing. I mean, we expect this to happen. We expect everything to fall apart all the time. But I expected the rye to stick out. It was nuts. It's still there, but it's tame. There's a little bit of spice if I hold on my tongue for a few seconds. That is always strange, having a whiskey just kind of go. All right. Only way to fix it is to add more, right? Right. So here we have their double barrel whiskey. I feel like this is one of those things where, like a cartoon, they pour something together, like and do a little chemistry, and just goes just like that. Hopefully that won't happen. I mean, it'd be interesting if it did, make for good content, but I don't particularly want anything like that happening to me right now. Oh. Here we go. Swirly swirl. So what are my end thoughts here with these heaven's doors? The doors of heaven. Doors of heaven whiskey? Not great. No. They're good for beginners. I don't think they're worth the price tag. They are celebrity whiskey. There's possibly Dickel in them. I'm still not sure on that. Well, the rye is almost gone completely now. Yeah. Oh, okay. The spice is still there. Now that I've added the third one, the spice came back. It's still a bit bland, still kind of flat-ish. There's definitely more spice now on the tongue, mostly in the front. So if you have all three of these, mix them together just for funsies. I recommend it. Just mixing the bourbon and the rye together doesn't work too well, but if you add the Heaven's Door double oak, double barrel, that makes it a little more interesting, I will say. Now, since I've mixed them all together and made a mess of everything, let's try a little Dickel. Let's see if there's a similarity here, since we seem to think there is. Where is it? Oh. I have the Dickel bottle in bond. Let's put it in one of these glasses. Only a little bit. I don't really want to drink much of this. Oh, already more than I wanted. Okay. It happens all the time. I have a heavy-handed pour. I used to think that was a joke, by the way. Somebody being a bit heavy-handed with their pour. No, it's a thing. Just something about the way I pour. I want to pour a very little. Suddenly it's almost an ounce. See, that was my very little pour. It doesn't look like much in the glass, but it's more than I intended. Oh. Okay. It's very similar. I won't pretend it's not. That's what that was. I was getting a Dickel note on the double barrel whiskey. There was a distinctive Dickel note for me, if I have a distinct Dickel note to reference. I still don't quite know what to call that. I could say minerally. I think that's what some people have said. There's a variety of things people say. They say Flintstone vitamins. I think, have some people said grape, or am I thinking Bugle Rare, Buffalo Trace stuff? Probably am. Oh, wow, hi. Ow. Too deep. My nose went too deep. That's possible. Yeah. Yeah. I could easily understand that this was made from Dickel. Granted, it's a little hard to figure anything out now that I mixed them all together, but yeah, it's weird sweet mineral note. That sounds about right. It's certainly a mineral note. Certainly. Ouch. Ah. Oh. I guess the proof on this is making it difficult. Getting too close. Too close to the sun. Yeah, Jim, it's like the mixed version of those, the mixed Heaven's Door stuff kind of collapsed it all. Yeah. So now it's just like a sharp alcohol spiky note with a little bit of sweetness for the mixture, the blend. The blend, we'll call it. The blend of all three. I will admit Dickel also has the hint of that weird note that I haven't quite been able to describe properly. Green or possibly newer whiskey, or the long drawn out version is a decaying sounds wrong, decaying branch in the forest that has been in the rain and has been decomposing for a bit. It would fall apart if you held it in your hand. That's what I think. There's a certain nose on some bourbons I've had. I can't say it's a Dickel thing because I've gotten many different bourbons before. My neighbor's being nuts again. Ooh, that was a fun. I just got the flash of the YMCA or a pool, like a pool area, indoor pool. If you know what that smells like, that chlorine thing. Ah, that was weird. Oh, interesting flashback to have. I haven't swam in a pool in quite a long time. I definitely have the physique to be, without a shirt and only in swim trunks. Someday, when I'm not the weight I'm at, and I got that 6-pack I'm working on, not gonna happen. Someday, maybe. We'll see. Never know. We're gonna get to that point where we can just genetically modify a person so they instantly have abs. That'd be cool. Oof. Dickel is weird. Like not a huge bad way, but it doesn't taste like a bourbon at all. Like the only thing that Dickel reminds me of is how much I like bourbon instead. Is that a horrible thing to say? It sounds like a horrible thing to say. I don't know of many Tennessee whiskeys I like off the cuff, like off the top of my head. There's Jack Daniel's single barrel stuff, that kind of thing. Pretty sweet. No singing Zen Boot. Not doing it yet. Did I do a song thing just now? I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, someday. Oh, YMCA. Yes. That's an old video. If you're old enough to know what that music video looks like, well, you're probably around my age, if not older. Hmm. So I have to say about that. The blend of Heaven's Door is not great. Okay, so here's the thing. So we're clear. This is the one situation where I'm kind of glad I didn't try to do a video on each of these because they're underwhelming. They're good. They're good enough. As I said, I feel as if for a type of whiskey, I can easily see someone putting this in a rocks glass with a big old ice cube and milling about, in a suit for some reason, talking to people. sitting at a bar with a suit on. I don't know what it is with me in suits. Probably because I don't like suits very much. Kind of. But it seems like a social thing. It would be a social setting. It would be, on the back of a fancy-ish bar. They'd recommend having it on the rocks. Because it doesn't do much for me. I've had numerous whiskeys that have absolutely blown my mind and sent me into another dimension kind of thing. These three are not it. Are they good enough? Yes. Would I drink them in a Glencairn? No, probably not. They're not. They don't feel like they're meant to be explored very much. You can, if you want. I would definitely recommend it if you wanted to try these yourself and happen to get the sample pack. Like if you're curious about these yourself, buy this. This is $50-ish. And that was fine. Like getting all three of these for $50, solid, good, lovely. 210.90. Hello, welcome. Cheers. We've been sipping on some Tennessee whiskey, which we assume is from Dickel, because there's quite a similarity between the two on the smell and on the taste. Initially, I have now made a blend of all three, and it's kind of collapsed everything. But it still smells kind of similar to this one, and this is Dickel. This is Dickel Bourbon. It smells nothing like a bourbon, for the record. Zen, have you looked up what you're going to maybe get somewhere tomorrow as a drink? I'm curious. I haven't done that yet. I'm planning to do that later. Ow. Hopefully. Again, I will say, because I have to, make sure you like and subscribe. You're probably all subscribed already, but we're trying to get to 1,000 subs because somebody gave me a very expensive whiskey that comes in a box that I can't open until we hit 1,000 subs. So it's all on you guys. If you know a guy, if you know anybody, if you know people, just tell them to subscribe. Don't tell them why. Just tell them to subscribe. I have a mustache. Just tell them that. There's a guy with a mustache. Subscribe. And liking's a big thing too. And if you want to get the behind the scenes BS that I do, which is usually just me complaining about what a mess I am. It's probably loud, sorry. I have a Patreon. You can be a Patreon and a part of the KillCo community for just $5 a month. So you can buy me an iced caramel latte every month if you'd like. By the way, I drink lots of iced caramel lattes, just so we're clear. More than I should. Putting these in the dark place. And if anyone's just showing up, the rye seems like the most interesting one out of all three words. But that's only if you're into rye. If you don't like rye as well, I would recommend trying the double barrel. And that's 100 proof. So that's part of the deal there. Does it seem a little bit like Dickel? Yeah, a little bit. Do I know for certain that it's from Dickel? No. But it seems probable. Prepare for loud noises. Sorry. How the hell? Does it not go like that? Feels like it should. Got three little circles here, and they don't want to cooperate. Of course, they're jiggling around a lot. There we go. Got it? Good. Got it. There we go. Beauty. Right. That's right. But here's the thing. Doesn't it look nice in this box? Again, selling point. It's a very nice box. That shouldn't be there. You get the idea. Would I recommend buying this if you want to try all of them? Yes. Yes, I would. Would I recommend any of them? Not really. Other than the rye is interesting. It's the most interesting out of all. But if you don't like rye, well. See, that's the one I would like to try. 210.90 is if I could sample the Redbreast Master Blend. I'm curious. But again, I have to keep in mind that it is a celebrity product with a very fancy bottle, which I like. I really like the design of the bottle. They did a good job. And they also threw in the Redbreast, which I already like. It's like, what the hell? Very, very, what's the word I want to use here? It's more of the sales pitch I guess, or the it's not advertising. What's the word? What's the word? It's what, marketing? Marketing. That feels like a good word. It's more the marketing that appeals to me with this. So the thing that sold me in getting this was, one, I'd heard about other channels talk about it. I was curious. I was unaware that it was possibly Dickel. So is that. The three of these in a sample pack, of course, want to try it. And it's 3 different types, sort of. So a lot of the marketing is what got me to try it. And again, curiosity, just general curiosity with whiskey overall. And I would definitely love to try the Master Blend, Redbreast Master Blend Edition. That sounds absolutely stunning. But I feel like I'd be setting myself up for disappointment, but maybe not. As you said you liked it. But I know that's well outside of my price range. So hopefully someday I'll get a sample of it. Maybe in a Tennessee flight of something. I don't know. Gotta be fun. Yes, that is the catch. Having tried all 3 of these, even though I'm still curious about that Redbreast one. Well, first of all, I know I can't afford it, just generally. And 2, I'm not inclined to try to buy it. Like, there are very few bottles in my life where there was like a desperation in my mind where I thought I would pay with a credit card almost whatever amount to get that bottle. Don't do that, by the way. That's something I've learned over the time that I've been alive. Enticing. Yes, it's very enticing. It's a good word. But I'm fairly certain it's the marketing as well that got me with it. Which happens. That's kind of the point. Like, if they're selling whiskey like that, like celebrity whiskey, there's going to be a lot of marketing involved. Not because it's good whiskey, but it's because celebrity product. Interesting bottle design. I don't even know if they're commercials. That's the other thing. If you see whiskey that has a commercial, that's some pretty serious marketing right there. You'll see Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, that kind of thing. They have marketing. They don't need it, but they have it. Man, Dickel's weird. That's the weird thing about Dickel. It is not. I don't think ever is there's part of me that would go, you know what? I feel like having a little bit of Dickel. And no matter how many times I say that, it's gonna be a little grin on my face. It sounds funny. But it's not really sweet. It's got that weird mineral note. I could understand this being in a blend, sort of. Although some people they can find it without even trying. Much like me and some other notes that I get, as I mentioned earlier. Certain malt scotches, like the malt funk really throws me off. And certain bourbons. There's a real green decay, whatever wood note thing that I get sometimes, which I don't like. And then with the Dickel products, though, it's not. I could see myself trying this on the rocks again. That's another thing. I could see this 50 proof, bottle and bond version of this easily. I can see myself pouring it over a rock in a glass, not thinking about it, just having something to sip on. Would I do that first? No. I have so many other different whiskeys that I would probably pour in a rocks glass. Dickel is not that one. Although if I plan to drink more of it and get rid of the bottle eventually, that's probably what will happen. Or cocktails. Cocktails are always good. An old-fashioned, or I actually wouldn't make an old-fashioned with Dickel, to be honest. That'd be a bit weird. Or, I'm trying to think, what the hell would you use Dickel for in a cocktail? Maybe a whiskey sour? I haven't had many of those. I don't know much about whiskey sours, honestly. Or a Manhattan, maybe? Something with a fair amount of bitters. I feel like this already seems a little bitter to me. So I'm not sure if that would improve it or make it worse. Maybe something really sweet. Maybe a really sweet cocktail. Give me some feedback here. If you were to have Dickel, if you've had Dickel and you know you don't like it, what would you use it for? Say you were gifted a bottle of it. And you knew you didn't want it. You knew you didn't want to dump it. Some people might, but don't do that. If you wanted to use it for something, like a cocktail specifically, what would you make? For me, it's kind of the defaults come to mind. Old-fashioned or a Manhattan. Or I said whiskey sour, even though I don't make those. But that's an idea. And there are very few cocktails I can make at home, honestly. That's part of the problem. Think. You know what I need? Let's see if I can do that. Hold on. Let's make this amusing for me. Not necessarily for you, but for me. I don't know if this will work, though. Let's find out. Oh, wait. Let me try this one first, because this one's funny to me. You may not care. That's okay. You don't have to. I'm trying to upload something to see if it'll work. It probably won't. We'll see. Hopefully. This could be the totally wrong thing. Oh, here we go. See if this works. It worked. I wasn't sure if GIFs would work properly. That was hilarious. I got one more. This is the one I was actually looking for. And I don't hate the dickle. It's just not, I just don't like it. Might like many other people, so to be clear. Oh, you know what? Wrong spot. I'm looking at the wrong place. Wrong place. I have, someday I will get my files organized. Today is not that day. Today is not that day. For you, Mr. Bond. Don't know where that came from. Where, oh, where is the stupid folder? I have it somewhere, I swear. Humor? Is that under humor? Beep, 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 beep. Da, 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 da. Bourbon mule, that might work. Nick the Greek. I like that. I like mules in general. They're not my favorite. But here's what happens when I do this. This is what I should do now. No. I love that GIFs work. I wasn't sure about that. It destroys the rest of the overlay I have, but that's okay. It's worth it. Hashtag worth it. Nick Bourbon Mule. I can understand that. That wouldn't be too hard to make. I don't have the copper mug you need, but that's okay. Danger, 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 Will Robinson. That's an old reference. I'm sorry. I just made myself seem really old. Oh, I don't like that. Now that we've been talking about Dicklin, I'm going back and forth between both of these whiskeys. There's a distinct Dickel note. Again, I don't have a distinct Dickel note, but there's that mineral weirdness. And very similar. This is the best way I can put it. Huh. Oh, I almost made that non-existent. That's funny. Going from the blend, back to the Dickel, it almost just pales in comparison. That's strange. I'm going to do this one again because I find it funny. This is something I almost used as a, since I'm thinking about it, I may be doing more Twitch stuff in the future. I don't know if many of you are fond of Twitch stuff. I did a stream last Sunday, I feel like it was, where I did gaming / whiskey at the same time. That would basically be what it will be. Where I play games and chit chat and drink whiskey. I enjoy that concept. Other people may not have as much fun watching that because many of you probably don't play games as much as I do. But what's my point? It's something I'm trying out as, to lure in the younger audience and corrupt them completely with whiskey. I mean, to play games and stream and chat with people on Twitch, unfortunately, because that's where people do that the most. I may find a way to do it to both platforms, so there may be future YouTube lives where I'm not paying as much attention to the chat or to what's going on, and you might see gameplay instead of this. And that'll be random. That'll be sporadic AF. But it may be something I'm doing in the future. We'll see. I know Scotch down under, Ken, he does a lot of streams where he's just talking, but he can do that. He can do the long haul of sipping whiskey and chatting with people and having guests and everything. That is not my thing because I get overwhelmed. However, if I'm being distracted by the multitude of BS that's going on in the game while talking about whiskey and drinking whiskey, I can manage that. I've done that before in the past. I started initially when I was doing Whiskey Tube stuff, I started trying to push Twitch and then realizing I made videos on YouTube mostly. So it was better to do it here. As you can tell, it's gone well, 500 subs and such. Getting to 1,000. Tell your friends and your family and your distant relatives and just random people you see on the street. That might be good. We're working on it. But like I say, it is the viewers who support the channel. I can only make the content. And believe me, I don't like asking people to like and subscribe. I have to. I know I have to be encouraging of my own endeavors, but mental illness is a thing. It just tears you down from the inside. We're working on it, though. We're doing better. I'm going on a trip next month. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. I went on a trip yesterday, but those are road trips, so I don't know if those count. They do. Driving and people on the road drive me insane, or at least they make me go bonkers. Oh, I haven't gone back to chat. There we go. If Tony Hawk branded a whiskey, it would be a gateway for a whole generation of skaters. He would brand Fireball, probably. Or, if he was smart, he would get himself branded by Fireball because they have lots of money. And he doesn't necessarily need to like it. I have a feeling it's like that with energy drinks. Like, I can't imagine someone really enjoying energy drinks. However, there's one. I said that out loud and immediately contradicted myself. What's his name? Dwayne Johnson. He's got an energy drink. It's not something I would buy on purpose because it's expensive, but it helps. Definitely helps. And I feel like a guy who is so keen on being physically fit like he is wouldn't want to drink the stuff that is in Monster energy drinks, you know? I've had those. They are weird. If you want to have a weird mineral note, have a Monster energy drink. Oh. Are there any gaming celebrities on Tony Hawk's level who could grab the gaming market? Probably. There's a lot of streamers out there. It's disturbing. And unfortunately, a lot of them get into like social media stuff or what's the latest thing? I don't keep track, but I know there's a lot of blips and blaps of that kind of thing. You know, there's a scandal. There's always some kind of freaking scandal with YouTube stuff and gaming and stuff. Bourbon Baller, hello, welcome. Drive safe. Okay, if I hear you get in an accident while listening to my stream, I'm going to be very upset. Also, I'll hope you're okay, but I'll be a little bit upset as well. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who's here. It helps. You know, it's always one of the most terrifying things a whiskey tuber can have is to go live and no one's there. It's absolutely a horrifying experience. But here we are. We're having a good time. We got about 20-ish minutes left. We're just going to relax, have some whiskey, and just, I don't know. I might pour a sample of something, actually. That's something I wanted to do. I've been thinking of doing, I should say. There's a few samples. I don't know what to do with them. Some of these I've opened already. That was weird. Oh, here we go. You know what? Since I did have a rye, I could actually use one of these. That's a jump right there. You know what? Yeah. What I will do. Hi, Ma. Show break. Ma, are you doing the train tonight, Ma? Is that what it is? The theater train thing? My mom does theater, if you didn't know. Clearly, theatrics run in the family. If you haven't told, theatrical, we'll say. Dickle smells weird. I don't like it that much. Finishing off the Dickle here. Yeah, no. There's only a little sweetness and it's very dry and kind of bitter. That's the weirdest part about it. And minerally, that weird mineral note. Train murder mystery. Cool. Ma, you know of Zen Bood. He's the one I visited yesterday where we got some whiskey. He gave me some incredible stuff. Amazing stuff. I'll tell you about it later. I mentioned it early in the stream. Water is the best. So I'm going to cap one of these. I'll finish these later. I'll finish the blend later. Don't worry. But no, Bourbon Ball. It's yeah. We were just talking about since you're just showing up. I mean, you saw the title. We were having the Heaven's Hill, really, Heaven's Door, that we believe is made by Dickel. I haven't found out for certain. There's been mention of it, and I can definitely see the comparison. Like I just finished a little bit of Dickel sample. That still sounds weird to say, and we did a blend of all three just to try it. It's not great. Scott Pigsley, hello. You're welcome. You're welcome. Always a pleasure to see you here. So what I'm going to do, since as the Tennessee Heaven's Door whiskeys are kind of a bust, what I will have is a sample here. I believe I got this from Tony Two Toes, I think. He's keen on the little labels like this. But Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. So it's a Tennessee rye, and out of the three Heaven's Door samples we had just now, the rye was the most interesting to me. So the closest Tennessee rye I can get right now is this, and this is really high up there. What is this? 132.5 proof. Woohoo! That's gonna keep me going for the evening. I'll say that. Let's pour it into this glass. It's not clean. I don't care. I'm trying to get the Dickel out of there. How many times can you say Dickel in one show? Well, plenty. You start about Dickel, you can't go back. All right, so there's only a little bit in here, but look at that color difference. It's got that wonderful red tinge that often I see with Jack Daniel's stuff. I don't know how they do that, but in a lot of Jack Daniel's products, it's just kind of orange, reddish hue. Oh gosh, that's definitely rye, but that's not too intense, honestly. And again, let me know what's in your glass if you're just showing up, if you haven't been here for a little bit. I'm always curious to know what other people are drinking, because I tell you what I'm drinking. It's only fair. It's only fair. You know, as big as that box is, it's going to be staring at me forever. Well, not forever, but until I hit 1,000 subscribers. Cling. It's this guy right here. With arms wide open, as Hot Butter Rolls might say. Damn it. I know that song stuck in my head. I haven't heard Creed in a while, but there we are. Yeah, this is nice. This is a rye, but it's not the intense kind of eucalyptus black licorice thing. It's certainly got the rye notes, but they're not intense. Jesus Bourbon. It's actually an Irish. Scott Pigsley. That's Glendalough. Bourbon Ball. So it's just got single barrel proof, not rye, at the store. $46.90. That's a good deal. Less than $50 for a single barrel proof. Hell yeah. Glorious. And I do know I like that. I've had the single barrel Jack Daniels before. I don't know if it's single barrel proof. That's not fun to say. SBBP. Still not easy to say. But it's good. Ooh, I just remembered something. Ooh, I'm going to hold on. And put that in my phone, because I almost totally forgot. I could have gone to bed tonight and woken up tomorrow forgetting. It's been a day, just so we're clear. Not a rough day, but I had 2 appointments. One of them fell through because I guess. And there was something I was supposed to pick up. There's something that was delivered. I'll tell you. It's easier that way. But I'm a subscriber to HelloFresh, not sponsored. # not sponsored. It's something I got via the Whiskey Tribe, and it's given me a good reason to make myself food 4 days a week. So there you go. But that arrived today, and I almost completely forgot. And since it's something that should be refrigerated fairly quickly, well, let's just say I'm glad I remembered. But I need to put my reminder for myself right now, because I will forget by the time I put my phone down. Let's say 8:15. And I'm going to put a 10-minute warning on there. Apologies that I have to do this on my phone instead of paying attention to all of you. But if I don't, might forget. My HelloFresh package should be down the street. Hello? Okay. What's really a problem is they might freaking... Hang on, I can't do 2 things at once. My brain starts to freak out. Hello, French. Come on now. Oh, I don't think they have the door locked, but just in case, I should go down there soon. There we go. Reminder set. Hopefully, I won't ignore it. That is now on my mind. I was just thinking a moment ago, what am I going to have for dinner? And then going, wait a minute. Dinner, Hello Fresh, down the hallway, probably arrived already. Oh, bugger. I was supposed to pick that up when I got home, but I think I sat down on my computer, was putzing around on YouTube, because that happens a lot. I'm sure many of you know that feeling when you sit down at your desk and just start putzing around on YouTube. Suddenly 5 hours have gone by. Well, not 5 hours, but it's, time flies, we'll say. And then I need to take a nap. It's kind of wearing off now, but I was not functional, we'll say. And what we've had, that's a good rye. Doesn't taste like a rye. It's Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, but it's much better. I feel I'm invigorated now. And as we know, many people feel this way with Dickel, and I'm gonna have to use this in the future whenever we talk about Dickel by accident. But many people think this of Dickel. I don't know why I find that so amusing. I'm sorry. It's a Star Trek theme for one. It's one of my favorite moments where Data finally has feelings and emotions, and he drinks something. He's like, this is awful. Give me more. Blah. Why would you do that? All right. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is a lovely Tennessee whiskey. If you want to try a good one, or at least one I prefer, say that would be a good bet. Although I am surprised at how much the rye doesn't smell like a rye. That's kind of weird. Oh, the proof is a bit high. It's still drinkable, but the one thing I've found with proofs, as I mentioned before, is it can be too hot, and this is borderline. So we'll start adding drops of water just to see what happens. Get it to a comfortable level, we'll say. Yeah, it's pretty hot on the end. Like the finish is spicy and stays there. We'll start with 3 drops, because why not? 1, 2, 3. Who else can only count to 3 in that manner? With the freaking owl in your head, Tootsie Pop owl in your brain. Bye, Ma. Have fun. Knock 'em dead, as they say. Or break a leg. It's another one. Ouch. Ouch. Excuse me. Ugh. Jack Daniels. So what we're saying is, out of the Heaven's Door lineup, Jack Daniels single barrel proof rye is the winner. That feels weird to say. But I do have to admit, once I found out that there might be Dickel in that stuff, that took the heart out of me. Granted, I was already heading that way. You all saw, if you were here earlier, it kind of went downhill real quick. Mike Franklin, hello. I think you were here earlier. I don't know if you left. You said cheers. Hi. Sugar Kitty, hello. Welcome. Always nice to see you. Meow, indeed. We have finished off the Heaven's Door samples. The only one I would recommend out of them is the rye. They are kind of meh, but I can see them being drank in a rocks glass with a big old ball of ice. That is what I think their intended sales pitch is for, not necessarily to be drank in a exploratory manner. And we also found there might be Dickel in them, so there's that. Doesn't help. Okay. Oof. That brought out a bit of the spice, I won't lie. Oh. Oh, nope, still burns a little bit. 3 more drops. I feel like I'm trying to get this down to 50-ish, 55 maybe percent. We'll see. 3 more drops of whiskey. Hey, that's an idea. That's one way to blend anyway. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Knock, knock, knocking on Dickle's door. Yeah. Exactly, Sugar Kitty. That's what we're doing. We knocked down the door and found out it was in there, and we're like, what the hell? Get the hell out of here. Basically. Oof. We're now on Jack. I think I said this already, but Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye sample that I had. Since I wanted to end this note with the Tennessee whiskey I do enjoy, and since the rye is the one that seemed to be the header in the Heaven's Door product, yeah, the rye seems only fair. Trying to stay on theme. Tennessee whiskey, rye, winter, etc. There were thoughts. No. Oh, that's nice. 6 drops seems to be right where I wanted. 3 options. Yes, you do have quite a few options after this. In about 9 minutes, 10 minutes. I know you got Treb, the Bourbon Wrench. I feel like Eric Waite's probably going live. Who else? Enlighten me, Jim. I know there's someone else, but I'm forgetting who. Because, as you may know, I have a terrible memory when it comes to everything. Eric Waite. I know that one. I don't know what he's doing tonight. Oh, Mama Wrench is going to be on. Wow. My mother would like to be on a stream someday, but the problem is she doesn't drink alcohol. So I'm not quite sure how to go about that. We'll see. I'll ask the patrons what they think we should do, because my mom does not drink. However, my dad does, so I'm thinking it would be kind of fun to send a peated flight for her to smell and give to my dad. Yeah, that'd be funny. She'd give her very unique tasting notes. Oh, and it's Bourbon Night did their FAE 2002 limited release. They mentioned that the FAE 02 might be good, so I'm tempted to get it. I was not exactly wowed by the sample of FAE 01 I got, so I'm going to be keeping an eye out. It might show up nearby. We shall see. Also, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Wow, Eric Waite's doing great. Got over 10K subs. Granted, he is an actual Psalm/whiskey/wine person, so he has actual knowledge to share, while I just have nonsense and whiskey drinking. So there's that. Malt Musers Whiskey Reviews. I subscribe to them? Probably not. My theme these days is if they have more than 1,000 subs. Oh, looks like he's just got 1,000 subs recently. He's good. And another muser, by the way. So there's that. It's professional. Oh, they're having Scotch whiskey. SWMS. Blind samples. I don't remember what SWMS is. But anyway, by the way, I have a Patreon. $5 will get you in the door. So it's 3, huh? Well, my thing is, if you have more than 1,000 subs, you don't need my attention. And my attention is very limited, unfortunately. I cannot be distracted by every single video, every single live stream, as much as I like everyone. I do. I can't. So if you have more than 1,000 subs, I may unsubscribe. But only if you're well past 1,000 subs, unfortunately. It is a Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. I don't know why I didn't think it was. Top Dog, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you. We're winded down. We're having some whiskeys. SMWS. Why did I think it was something else? Is that the one with the funny names? Refresh my memory. I feel like it is. You know, like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Scotch or something. They have weird names like that. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. God damn it. It's going to be stuck in my head all night. I never left Bourbon. I got a few more minutes. 5. Oh, we're not unsubscribing from anything. Like, we are not. But I had to go through a bunch of like big tubers, big whiskey tubers. I couldn't. There were just too many whiskey videos, too many live stream notifications. So for a lot of the really big ones who aren't going to notice my absence, I had to cut back. I can't be that distraction at all, ever. Jim Morris just put a bunch of them in the shed. The Bourbon Wrench, the Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews, and Eric Waite. So you have your options. Try watching all 3 at once. That's always fun. Oh, that's unless you go live. Do it. You don't have to. It's Friday. Believe me, there are better things to do. And I know ADHD Whiskey's going live, I think, later. Typically, I will pop in and see what Trev's up to. I'm trying to convince him to be a mystery guest someday, but he is a very busy boy. And I can say that because he's much younger than I am. Multitasking, yeah, sure, Kitty. I do. I just have to worry about food. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Bourbon, is he going live tonight or not? I assume he is, but I don't know. Because he's almost at 25K. He could be a mystery guest. Again, if you want anyone to be a mystery guest, the best way for him to be, or him or she, they, to be a mystery guest is if you tell them. Granted, they have to want to be here. But I like to say the invite's open to any other whiskey tuber who would like to be here. But they have to either get in touch or you guys have to harass them. That's typically how it works. That's not how it works. So far, I've been the one harassing people. But I also told them the important part is you have to want to be a guest and want to be on the show. And I know that's difficult for some people simply because of the time frame. It's a weird time, 6 to 8. Most people are having dinner. And it's always a very random amount of people. However, I did make a list, what's it called? Not a list, channel. What's the thing? Viewer thingamajig. Anyway, there's a big folder thing you can open that has a list of the mystery guests. I put in brackets who it was to make it easy to find. Yeah, I didn't look. I just looked. I didn't see anything. Oh, there you go. Is I feeling well? Well, god damn it. On Patreon. Whatever. He said he's not going to do it. God damn. So I should go live late. No, I'm kidding. Bourbon, do it. Do it. What? The flip is what I have to say to that. Ouch. Yeah, that stuff's still around, folks. So be safe. Hand sanitizer, masks, all that. Doesn't matter if you're vaccinated. Doesn't. You should be. If you aren't, well, you probably should work on that. Last I heard, it's free. But everyone has their own rights and such. But so do I. That's a bummer. Well, anyway, I don't watch a lot of streams on Friday. I'm not going to lie to you. Typically, I'll pop in and say hi to the Bourbon Wrench, but I know I'm probably going to miss that. I'm going to go grab my foodstuffs and probably try to make dinner. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe. But here we are at the end of the evening. I just noticed what time it was, thankfully. I'm going to go get my foodstuffs before I forget. Hopefully I can get through the door because they put it in a room sometimes. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. If you did, like and subscribe. Make sure you do that because I have to say that more often. Tune in Sunday. I go live at least twice a week, typically Fridays and Sundays, sometimes a Wednesday, varying times. What I'm going to do Sunday, I have no idea. So suggestions are great. What do you want to see? Giggity. And as always, other hand, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Boop.